Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Eric Martin, Keller Williams Realty. Clicking that subscribe button down below, ding the bell, and you will get notified every time I post a new video. So I hope you're all staying healthy and staying safe during this whole COVID pandemic still. Today, I want to reach out and talk to you about the difference between renting and buying. Hey everybody, how you doing? Back again here on my channel, Eric Martin Real Estate. And today I want to talk about the benefits with buying or renting, like the pros and cons of it pretty much. Now I know a lot of people prefer to rent, a lot of people would never rent. And those of you that are renting, if you've ever thought of purchasing a home, I'm going to kind of go over what you get when you do purchase a home, like the benefits and such, things that you may not be realizing that you're actually doing for your landlords by renting their homes or apartments. And one thing that you could be getting that you may not even realize that you can get is mortgage tax breaks at the end of the year. And those tax breaks are whatever you pay on the interest. So your landlord could be charging you X amount of dollars per month, making money on your rent, have a mortgage on the property, and then making and getting a tax break at the end. So essentially you could be paying him an additional $3,000 to $4,000 a year just by renting from your landlord. The other thing is, if you own it, you can change it. How many times have you rented a home or apartment and went, geez, I wish we could change this, or I wish we could change that. It would make the house so much bigger or so much brighter. Well, if you own it, you can do that. The third thing is, if you buy low in the market, which I know is very hard to tell from year to year to year, but if you do buy low and eventually the market does go up and you sell high, you had that potential to make money. And with that potential to make money, you can possibly buy a bigger house down the road. For example, let's say you sell your house and you bought it low and you sold it a little higher. You could take that money and put it down towards a down payment. Like right now, prices are holding steady. Some are a little lower, some are a little higher depending on the area. So let's say you did sell it for a minor loss. You can still buy that bigger home at a greater reduction. So in other words, let's say you sold your house for $15,000 less, but you buy a house double the size, you're probably going to get it $60,000 to $70,000 cheaper than it would be if it was in a normal market. Another thing is, and this is the biggest thing I think, is you build equity and you build credit, right? With the equity in that home that you currently would own, you have the possibility, if you wanted to do something like this down the road, is to take the equity out of that home and purchase another home and turn it into a flip property or a rental property. And then you yourself can become that landlord that will make money by renting it out and then eventually getting your tax breaks at the end of the year. Now I know like I said earlier, there are pros and cons to renting versus buying. And I know in New Jersey, one of the biggest problems that renters have is trying to save money to purchase a home. Well, there are some ways around trying to save for a home. Some of them are obviously opening a savings account and just cut your spending down. Stop going out to eat. any of those extracurricular things that you may do, like going to the movies 2 or 3 times a month, all those little things, they will add up to a few $100s at the end of the month that you may not even realize. Another thing you can do is hit up family members, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, get a few bucks from them, throw that into a kitty or into a savings account. And eventually you will be able to save up enough money to get a down payment, even if it's on a smaller house. A smaller house will help you build equity and credit, and then when you sell that smaller house, you can move on to a bigger house. Now, I know some of the benefits of renting. You don't have to worry about fixing things because your landlord will take care of that. Well, some of you may be in a really good situation with your landlords. Some of you may not be in a good situation with your landlords. And that being said, those that are in a bad situation probably know what I'm talking about, and that is if something breaks, it could take forever for them to come and fix it. And then it becomes an inconvenience towards you because whatever broke is probably something that you were going to need down the road. For it be washer or dryer, dishwasher, just a pipe, that they may have capped off and just wait for a plumber to come in and fix. Now, if you own that home, you don't have to deal with any of that. You call whoever you need to right then and there, they come and fix it. Now, another thing with rentals is older people like to rent because of all of those facets. And that's fine, because you want to know why that's fine? Because they probably owned 2 or maybe even 3 homes earlier in their lives, and they've sold those homes to make that money up. So they are sitting on a nice little nest egg of money, be it a couple $100,000 or maybe even closer to $1 million, depending on what they've done with their finances in the past. So there are certain echelons that renting works for certain people. And then for others, it just does not make sense. So if you are one of those that it just doesn't make sense to rent anymore, reach out, contact me if you're in the Morris County, Sussex, Warren County areas. And if you're a renter, reach out to me because I might be able to help you get into a home for either the same, less, or a little bit more than what you're probably paying on rent right now, and you will be surprised on what you could possibly get for what you're paying rent versus what you can get on a mortgage. So if you have any questions, reach out. My information is down below. Hope you guys have a good day. Take care. See you next week on the next video.